Yes, I'm gonna attack your high protein diet again because it's not gonna help you heal, it's not gonna get you better, it's even making you worse. You probably struggle with your fatigue, with your brain fog, you struggle with your gut issues, with your autoimmune conditions, you struggle with your weight gain, and you're somebody with a successful career, professional or business owner, you tried so many things. You tried so many different diets, supplements, herbs, biohacks. You tried the nootropics. Maybe you even did the ayahuasca. Oh, God forbid, please don't do that. That's one of the worst things you can do for your brain. But anyways, you probably have some form of chronic illness, chronic symptoms, even though you may not, realize it for yourself. But if you have that and you're still on the high protein diet, you're very much likely making everything worse. And people that are watching that video right now, if you're healthy or if you feel like you're healthy, most people also feel like they're healthy, but they're actually not. If you have allergies, you're not healthy, you have chronic illness. If you have acne, you have chronic illness. If you have brain fog, you have chronic illness. So don't think you're healthy and you feel like everything is perfect. If you have a symptom, there's a problem in your body. And high protein diets, first of all, make you sick, keep you sick, and kill you slowly. Sometimes even fast. Depends on how many proteins you eat. And the reason for that is because every time you're eating high protein, you're also eating high fat. And when you're writing in the comments now, just write your comment, oh, you can eat high protein while eating low fat. No, you can't. It's impossible. You can't eat high protein when you're eating high fat. You can't, when you're eating high fat, you can't eat high protein when you're eating low fat. Even if you think you eat chicken breast is also high in fat. It's because the composition of that fat is really high. It's a very different fat compared to an avocado, for example. And on top of that, they don't even need to clarify. For example, when chicken breast has like 2 grams of protein or fat in it, it can also have 20 or 40 grams of fat in it. They don't need to clarify that. If you think every chicken has the same amount of fat in their bodies, do you also think that every human is having the same amount of fat on their bodies? They're all different. Every single chicken comes with a different amount of fat. And if you eat a high protein, high fat diet, which is the same ultimately, you are bombarding your liver. It's aging, you're bombarding your liver. Why is that? Because every time you're eating high fat, high protein, your liver has to produce so much bile. Here, that good piece, that organ that I'm always talking about, most important organ in your body, your liver. If your liver, is producing so much bile because you eat high fat, high protein the whole time, it's getting, I don't have the bile tract here, the bile duct, but if you're eating so many fats and proteins, your liver exerts itself to break down the proteins and fats. And your liver has so much to do anyways. Has to store vitamins and nutrients, has to store glucose, has to balance out your blood sugar, has to ward off pathogens, has to neutralize toxins, has to store toxins. And on top of that, one of the main functions, holy shit, my nose is itchy right now, sorry. We're not gonna cut that out. On top of that, your liver has to produce all of that bile because you overburden your liver with the high fat, high protein diets the whole time. Overburdening your liver even more, leading to a fatty liver, leading you to get more weight gain. And that's a big problem because your liver is the most important organ when you want to cleanse your body, when you want to get rid of disease. Because everything starts in your liver and everything ends with your liver. If your liver is not clean, disease happens in your body. Diseases happen out of a couple reasons, okay? It's not a lot. Just pathogens like Epstein-Barr virus, shingles virus, HSV1, HSV2, HHV6, bacteria, strep, E. coli. These are the main culprits. Toxic heavy metals like mercury, aluminum, copper, nickel, cadmium, lead, or poisons and toxins, other poisons and toxins, pesticides, herbicides, DDT is a big one, radiation. Guess where all of that is ending up in your body? In your liver. Guess where all of that stuff is getting out of your body? From your liver, through the intestinal tract, and then you're gonna obviously poop it out or you excrete it. And that can only happen when you cleanse your liver. But if your diet is high in protein and high in fat, then you overburn your liver and your liver can't cleanse. Nice, now your liver can cleanse. Now that stuff is building up over years and decades. You never cleanse your colon. That stuff is building up over years and decades. You get more constipated. You diminish your hydrochloric acid. Your stomach glands produce hydrochloric acid. Why? Also to disperse fats and proteins. What's happening when your liver is already diminished in terms of bile, it has weak bile already. And then your stomach glands have to kick in to keep you going, to be able to digest at least some of that. And then your stomach glands, they can do that for a limited amount of time, but they can't do that for a longer period of time. And then eventually your stomach glands weaken as well. Your bile is weakened, your stomach glands are weakened. What's happening then? You can't digest fats and proteins anymore. So the fats and proteins land undigested in your intestinal tract and they rot and they outgas, they produce ammonia. That ammonia is creeping up through your body to your mouth and it's causing receding gums, it's causing cavities. It's when you have bacteria as well, then you can get cavities, it's causing tooth decay, and you get the worst bloating because of that ammonia gas as well. It's the main reason why so many women are bloated nowadays, because they fatten themselves to death and they are so I'm sorry, I try, I'm not trying to be mean or anything, I'm just trying to say that in the nicest way possible. But you are so protein brainwashed from every single corner, from beginning of your life. Everybody is telling you need to have enough protein for your muscles, otherwise you're gonna die. There's protein in every single food you eat. Nobody in this world that has access to food is getting protein deficient. There's no such thing as protein deficiency unless you starve yourself, obviously. If you're one of those poor kids in Ethiopia or in Africa and you don't have enough food, of course you have some protein deficiency, but you have everything deficiency basically. But if you have access to normal food, you don't have protein deficiency. Even if you work out, protein is not even building muscles. Carbohydrates and mineral salts are building muscles. And the majority of the proteins that our bodies need are produced by our livers. And if you eat a lot of protein, it doesn't even matter if it's. That's why also people change their diets the whole time and you don't have any results. It's because you do the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. You start out with keto, very high fat, high protein. You don't have any results. You lose some pounds. Then you hit a plateau and you can't shed the weight anymore. Your symptoms are getting worse. You don't know why, because you kill your liver. And then you try maybe another diet, paleo, have a little bit more carbs, but still low carb. Same thing, same high protein diet. And then, I might want to try plant-based or vegan. You do that. What's the first thing you're going to do when you turn vegan? What's the first thing people are afraid of? Oh, protein, where do I get my protein? I need to eat so much soy, I need to eat chickpeas, I need to eat beans the whole time. Brainwashed, same that's going on the whole time. You are always concerned about your protein. And if you don't get rid of that brainwashing, you will never get better. Because it's killing your liver. It's even killing your brain, because your brain requires glucose. And if you eat so many proteins and fats, that's stopping glucose from entering your brain because it's causing insulin resistance. It's hindering your body from absorbing nutrients properly. And it's making everything in your body worse. If you have energy issues and somebody is telling you need to have a lot of protein, especially when you have adrenal fatigue, worst thing you can do for adrenal fatigue. Why is that? Because every time you eat fats and proteins, your bloodstream fills up with fats. That puts a bigger strain on the heart. And if you also think that, because a lot of people are obsessed with like animal-based diets and carnivore diets nowadays, if you think these fats are good for you, they're not. They're not good for you. Go in one of those carnivore Facebook groups. Go in one of those keto Facebook groups and see how many women have hair loss, how many people are getting strokes and are getting into the hospital with diverticulitis because they kill their gut, they kill their liver, they just, it's an elimination diet that is not, they can give you a short-term relief. Yeah, guess what? You're not eating processed crap anymore. Congratulations, it's the bare minimum you need to do in order to get better. That's why diets in general work for weight gain as well, and carnivore diets as well. Because you reduce, especially foods like eggs sometimes, when people are doing complete carnivore, they also don't eat any eggs, they only eat meat. If you don't eat eggs and dairy, you don't feed pathogens in your body and it can give you some relief. But down the road you get a stroke, you get heart attacks from carnivore. And what's happening is when your bloodstream is filled with fats, it's an emergency situation for your body because it puts a lot of strain on your heart. What's happening then? Your adrenals, most important endocrine gland on your body, produce lots of adrenaline to thin out the blood. And that is weakening your adrenals even more. So you get more fatigue and more adrenal fatigue and more energy crashes. And it's making all of that worse as well. So if you stay on the high protein track, and I know it's very hard to get rid of it. You know, I used to be a professional soccer player. I had brain fog. I had fatigue. I'm like a pro athlete. Like, I have to eat a lot of protein because otherwise I won't be able to function. But when I got rid of that, boy, that was such a nice feeling, you know, that obsession, that brainwashing, that like, oh my God, I had this today. Oh no, I haven't had any protein. Oh my God, I'm gonna die. You know, it's amazing. And it's only existing since like the 1930s. It's not even that long that people are so obsessed with protein. And nowadays there's like a protein yogurt, protein cookies, protein pizza. I think they're also going to do a protein sunscreen sooner or later because people are going to fall for every marketing thing where protein is on there. It's just insane what's happening. But when I got rid of the whole protein scam, basically, I was able to cleanse my liver and heal my brain fog and heal my fatigue and get my energy back. I'm working 10, 12 hours straight nowadays and I don't have any problems. I had the worst brain fog. I felt like I'm always slightly drunk. I couldn't concentrate, I couldn't focus, I couldn't look people in the eyes and follow what they say. I mentally, I was so exhausted. I was just had no motivation to socialize, no motivation to meet people, just doing my training, going home and mind my own business. That's what I was doing when I had brain fog. Nothing. I lost all joy in life, all interests in life, because everything was so exhausting that I had no fun anymore and nothing. I remember I was in 2017-18, I was in New York with my brother, first time for my life in New York with my brother and our best friend. I visited my brother there. He used to study in Maryland and he was also doing one of those, he played there also because of soccer. He got a scholarship and he was in New York at that time in summer, I think 2017-18, that's where I had my brain fog period. I had it for at least 6 months. And I was going there and super excited, first time New York, first time in the US actually for me at that time. And of course it was exciting, but you know, I had brain fog, I couldn't really enjoy anything. And when my brother and our best friend were going to party in New York, I didn't go because I just didn't want to go. It was just too exhausting for my brain. I had no interest in partying. I was 20, how old was I? 22 years old, 22, 23? No, I was I don't know, whatever. I was 20 something. And I was going to New York and it was just impossible for me to go out at night because I just wanted to sleep. So, and until I got rid of the whole protein thing, that whole protein scam, I think it was even earlier than, it was 215, 216, 217, something like this. It doesn't even matter, okay? Until I got rid of that whole protein brainwashing, I started to heal. I could get better. My liver got relief. And you don't need as many proteins as everybody's telling you. You know, and then you're asking me probably, oh, but how much do you actually need? You know what's the good thing is? You don't even need to think about it. You don't even need to care. If you don't even need to think about it. Nobody cares. Nobody of my clients is taking care of, nobody's tracking protein, nobody. And the ones that are still afraid of not eating enough protein, I'm like, I have to put them on track the whole time. I'm like, sometimes I talk to them every week because I tell them, you don't need that much, you don't need it, you don't need to care about it. And it's hard. It's like, convincing somebody of something that they've been told for decades of their life is sometimes not easy. It's a whole lot of mindset work that we do as well. But you need to realize, if you want to get better, as soon as you stay in the protein, you're trapped in the protein brainwashing. As soon as you stay there, I can almost guarantee you're not going to get better. It's just the truth. It's just how it works. And then, if you're somebody watching this right now being upset about, oh, but I feel so great when I eat that, and I feel great, I work out, whatever. Yeah, you don't have chronic illness. Congrats. You don't understand it. If you don't have chronic illness, you will never understand that. But if you have a symptom for years right now, if you struggle with fatigue and brain fog for like 5 years now, and nothing is helping for you, and you realize nobody has an actual clue what's going on. Everybody is telling me, oh, eat your protein, that's the most important thing, but nobody actually knows how to really do that and how to get better. Meanwhile, it's the most important thing to lower in your diet in order to seek to get better. And if you don't do it, it's not going to get better. But yeah, I'm happy that you write your upset comments under that video and tell me how much bullshit I'm telling you here right now. But you will realize at some point that, not now, not in the next year, but maybe in the next 5 to 10 years, when you start to get your first symptom because you were overburdening your liver with that protein the whole time, and you get your first symptoms, you will maybe remember me and realize, maybe he was right. I have a symptom right now. I go from one doctor to another doctor. They take my blood. Everything is good in my blood test. They don't see anything, but I feel like crap. And I don't know what's going on with me. I thought they figured it out. I thought science was so advanced that we have like all availability and all technology to get better. But here I am, and nothing is working. And I tried alternative practitioners, I tried functional medicine, I tried osteopathy, chiropractors. I tried all of that. I tried fancy blood tests. They were telling me it's leaky gut. They were telling me it's candida. Avoiding fruit. I have another video about that, about candida, if you want to listen to that. But it's not going to get better if you stay in that protein brainwashing. And even the best functional medicine doctors won't be able to help you with that because they're also protein brainwashed. Everybody is, unless you get rid of that. And if you're at that point right now where you feel like you tried so many things and nothing really worked, there's so many different individual cases, and I offer for everybody a free discovery call on my website. All that you need to do right now, if you are somebody, a professional, a business owner, somebody with a successful career, and you're struggling with your chronic health issues, go to my website, www.theobergmann.com, and you can book your free discovery call there. All that you need to do is click the link in the description, go to my website, book a discovery call, and then we're gonna call you at the exact time you booked your call, obviously, for 20 to 30 minutes, have a good conversation with you about your whole symptoms. Then we're going to go through all of your symptoms and see if and how I can help you. If so, we would move on to a strategy call. 60 to 90 minutes, one-on-one consultation, free initial consultation with me and on Zoom. And we're going to talk like, I was about to say like right now, but we're not going to talk. It's actually a monologue. But anyways, there I can help you, show you a strategy, explain you what the root cause of your symptoms is, why you need to do certain things to get better, and what you need to do exactly to get better: foods, herbs, supplements, lifestyle, all of that. And I would highly recommend you doing that because, I mean, what's the alternative for you? You can try, or you can just stick to the same thing that you're doing right now. But if you're doing the same thing over and over again, which is high protein diets for the last years, how can you expect a different result if you do the same thing over and over again? Albert Einstein, I think, said that. Not like, I can't re-quote it completely, but he said something in a way, doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result is complete insanity. And it is insanity. It's very true. So yeah, I don't think you're insane. I just think you had so many opinions in the last recent years. You tried so many things. you haven't had any results, and you have basically PTSD about doing something else and trusting new people. But you know, the people you tried before don't have any results. They never got anybody better before. And that's just something you need to look out for. You know, if I go to a gardener, I want to see that he did some beautiful gardens before me and fixed a lot of gardens before. I don't go to somebody that has no experience in getting people better or in getting gardens better. So what you need to do right now is book your call. You have nothing to lose. Book your call, link is in the description. And give me a follow and subscribe on my YouTube channel. And we're going to talk soon. So thank you for watching. And I hope it was not too hard today. Bye-bye.